Nobody expected the sound. Not from a kid. Not from a wooden bat swung by a sixth grader. But the moment the bat connected, that impossible, thunderous crack. Every person on that quiet practice field froze as if lightning had struck the earth right beside them. The ball didn't just fly. It launched. A white blur ripping through the air, rising higher and higher until it slammed directly into the side of a parked car with a metallic scream that echoed across the entire neighborhood. For a moment, there was silence. Then chaos. Then disbelief. Because the kid holding the bat wasn't a high school star. Wasn't a teenage phenom. He was just a boy, small, calm, standing with a wooden bat in his hands like it was an extension of his soul. His name, a name that would soon ripple across local headlines and ignite conversations far beyond his hometown. The nephew of a former lot pitcher. A sixth grader already batting cleanup for Hawks Jr. A kid his teammates whispered about with awe. A kid his opponents called something else. A monster. Not in fear, but in respect. Because sometimes greatness appears years before the world is ready for it. As the coaches rushed to the car, half worried, half stunned, the boy didn't celebrate. He didn't grin or shout. He simply lowered the bat, eyes steady, as if he himself wasn't sure how much power he carried. His teammates stood in a circle, jaws dropped. One finally whispered what everyone was thinking. Yeah, this isn't normal. Word spread fast. Every swing he took during practice became a moment people wanted to record. Every hit became a story someone retold later that day. Even the other kids in his grade, those who had played against him, those who had tried to keep up, knew it. Some of them laughed. Some of them surrendered. One even said, half jokingly, half truthfully, "There's no point trying to pitch to him. He's not one of us." But the truth was deeper than talent alone. The kid carried something in his blood: baseball roots, baseball instincts, baseball history. The legacy of a former lot pitcher. But also something raw, unexplained, and extraordinary. When he stepped into the batter's box, the field seemed to shrink around him. The world blurred. The pitcher felt pressure that shouldn't exist between children. Yet the boy stood calm, shoulders loose, eyes locked in the same quiet determination seen in seasoned professionals. He didn't swing with brute force. He swung with precision, with balance, with a technique that looked too polished for his age. Pitch after pitch, he read the ball early. Pitch after pitch, he unleashed contact that sounded like danger wrapped in beauty. Coaches watched him like a phenomenon. Parents whispered about him like he was a rumor made real. Opponents studied him like a puzzle no one could solve. And the kid, he just played, purely, joyfully, fearlessly. But somewhere behind that small smile, behind that calm expression, burned a fire. The fire of someone who already understood what he wanted from this sport, and what this sport wanted from him. His growth wasn't just physical. It was emotional. He handled attention like it was nothing. He handled pressure like he was built for it. He handled the fear of others with humility, not arrogance. That was the difference. In a world where young athletes often buckle under expectations, this boy carried his rising fame like a feather. And every time he stepped onto the field, every time he raised that wooden bat, everyone around him felt the same thing. This is only the beginning. There was something cinematic about his presence. A feeling that years from now, people would look back and say, "I saw him when he was only in sixth grade." The cracked car door became a symbol. Not of destruction, but of potential. A reminder that raw power and pure talent had collided in a way nobody could ignore. People didn't remember the score that day. They didn't remember who won or lost. They remembered the sound, the swing, the impossible flight of that baseball. The car, dented like a witness to something historic. And they remembered the boy who walked away quietly, unaware that he had just taken his first step into a much bigger future. Some players wait years to be noticed. Some wait a lifetime. But some announce themselves with a single swing. And as long as baseball exists, as long as there are fields, bats, and dreams, people in that town will never forget the moment a sixth grader showed them what destiny looks like when it first begins to awaken.